everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a Chanel unboxing for you guys. It was actually supposed to be a double unboxing, but the other item that I picked up, I had to have it shipped to me. And I had planned on filming both unboxings today, but that package, which was supposed to arrive yesterday, it's still not here. So I figured I would just do this unboxing for you guys first. And when that arrives, then I'll unbox that for you guys then. So this is something that has been on my wish list. Well, the color has been on my wish list for a while. I've been just waiting for, you know, like the perfect shade to be available. Not necessarily even from Chanel, just from like any of the brands in like certain styles of bags that I would be interested in. And they've always been too dark of a color for me. Okay, actually, let me just say the color. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. So it is gray. I've been looking for a gray bag, and a lot of shades of gray are just a little bit too dark for me. So when I saw that this shade, which is a much lighter shade of gray, was available, I was basically on the hunt for it. So I'm so glad, so happy that I finally can add this to my collection. I feel like for this 22B collection, so I didn't mention until now, this is part of the 22B collection, but there are a few shades of gray in this collection. And I feel like everyone is, well, a lot of people are more interested in kind of like the mid-tone gray because that one comes in a lot of caviar options, I believe. At least the classic flap is in caviar, whereas this one is in lambskin. So I guess, lucky me, I tend to be a much bigger fan of lambskin anyway, so this worked out perfectly for me. And this is actually a style or a size of bag from Chanel that I actually don't own yet. So it's nice and exciting to get something that is different in my collection. I mean, like, they kind of get repetitive after a while, right? Because if you just have like the same styles and the same types of bags all the time, I think it does get kind of repetitive. So what happened was, this just came in the day that I texted my sales associate about it. So I saw this picture of this bag available at a different store, which I couldn't get it from that store because it was all the way in Texas. So there's no way, because they're not shipping classics. So I texted a sales associate that was near where I lived, asking if they had this bag in stock. And it turned out that they had just received it earlier in the day. So I asked her, like, is there a chance that you can put that aside for me? I kind of knew the answer to that already, because with their new policies, they aren't able to hold any bags for you anymore. You can't reserve anything either unless you're like a VIP customer, which I am not. So anyways, here's the bag. It is the small classic flap in the light gray color for the 22B collection. So basically, she could not hold it for me, and there was no way I was going to be able to make it to the store that exact day. The earliest I could go was like first thing in the morning the following day. So I was like, okay, please update me at the end of the night when the store closes. Let me know if this is still available and I'll come first thing in the morning. And I was actually quite nervous that it would somehow sell out. So luckily, of course, since I have this bag now, it didn't sell that day. So I was able to get it the following day when I went to the store. And I'm just so happy with this bag. It is so stunning. I personally think this is like the perfect gray for me. I would say, let me see. I would say this is probably a little bit more on the cool tone side. I know that there was this very popular kind of like dove gray color that got released for the 21A collection last year. And I would say that that probably is a little bit more warm tone than this. Honestly, like I mentioned, I don't feel like many people are talking about this gray. But I really love it. I saw it in a few different styles at the store. The last time that I was at the boutique, I saw it in this vanity case style and also the trendy CC. And yeah, I really love that gray, so I knew that I wanted it in like a slightly more classic shape because this is such a neutral color. So yeah, I'm so happy I now have this, and like I mentioned, this is in the small size. So up until now, I've only owned the classic flap in the medium size, and then I do have like some minis. I have the mini with handle and the mini reissue, and this is supposed to not fit like much more than those, but for like a much higher price tag. But here's how I feel about the classic flap, like the small and the medium versus the minis. Personally, I don't mind the double flap. I don't think it really gets in the way. And I actually like that added structure to the bag. Honestly, I feel like with the minis, the mini rectangular specifically, which people often compare the small classic flap to because they are so similar in size, but one is like half the price, that I've seen a couple and they just tend to be softer. They don't give off the same type of look as like the smalls or the mediums do, in my opinion. So if this is the type of look you're going for in a bag, I don't think you're going to get it with the mini, honestly. And also for this one, you can double up the chain and wear it higher on your shoulder, or you can do like a single chain and wear it. I would say it's just like a shoulder bag. You can't really carry a crossbody. I mean, you could, but it's just really, really short, which that is the one area that I would say that the mini, like the mini rectangular, actually beats this in. But honestly, this is not the type of bag that I would really carry as a crossbody bag anyways. So I think how it's designed makes sense for the style of bag that it is. So yeah, as I mentioned, it is a double flap. You get this one compartment in the front here, which I love having this because this is where I usually put my phone. You don't have something like that with the minis. And then in here, you have one space, one big space here, and then you have those 3 compartments in the back, which honestly, I never really use those. And then in the back over here, you do have this Mona Lisa pocket in the back. And yeah, I really love this shade of gray. It has like, I would say like a tiny hint of blue to it. I think it shows up the most in photos, that little blue tint. In person, yes, this does lean towards the cooler side, but the light gold hardware, I feel like kind of warms it up a little bit. So yes, it is gray, but it's not like too gray, if that makes any sense. I hope I'm making some sense in a way. So yeah, I really, really love this, and I just wanted to take a second to ask you guys, now that it's been like a little bit of time since Chanel implemented their new policies with reserves, or rather lack of reserves, and how everything is like first come first serve, how do you guys feel about shopping for Chanel now? I just wanted to like get your opinion on this because, like I mentioned, this is kind of new to me, having to shop specifically at a local boutique, not being able to, you know, like buy a bag from like elsewhere in the US, and also having to rush to the boutique because they can't like hold anything for me. That's also new too, and honestly, it's not very sustainable. I did it for this one bag, but it's not something I can do every single time that there's a bag that I want. It's just not a very leisurely thing to do, in my opinion, and it really doesn't make shopping all that fun, in my opinion. Like having to rush to the store right at opening time, I don't know, that was just, it was somewhat stressful, and I don't think it should be stressful in any way whatsoever. Anyways, that's just a little bit of a tangent to this unboxing video, but I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think of this bag that I unboxed in today's video. Do you personally have a gray bag in your collection? Is it something that is a lighter gray, a darker gray? Is it more cool toned, warm tone? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing for new videos every single week on luxury and fashion. And I'll leave 2 videos on the screen for you to watch next, so I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.